Hey guys, what's up? It's Next-Gen Guy here, and welcome to top 10 favorite Pokemon of mine. I'm going to try and go through this quick because I just got done with my third attempt on this, and it went for 37 minutes. 37 minutes! You guys don't want to watch me talking about stupid things. Well, I mean, like, not the Pokemon, but, like, I sidetracked so hard. 37 minutes is not acceptable. I am trying to make enjoying videos, not, well, you see, in this year, this era, so on and so forth, this is why I like this Pokemon. No, you guys want to know what's my top 10 favorite, and a brief description on why. So I am aiming for 15 to 20 minutes. If I succeed, this one will go up. I'm going to get this out of the way now. Please like, subscribe, comment at the end of the video, whatever you think is worthy, and let me know what you think. Good or bad, I will not be upset. I am looking for feedback on ways to improve. I want to make this as enjoyable for you guys as I can. I am trying to make my own clan. Make this as enjoyable as possible for you guys, and I want you guys to be as involved as possible. So after this video, please leave a comment. And if you don't know what to comment what you want to see next. I'm going to keep trying to do top 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, whatever. Probably not 100. Please don't do 100. Pokemon videos. If I do not get a comment within 2 to 3 days, I will probably just move on to what I was going to do originally. I'm not going to ruin that because you guys will kind of probably figure out what it is after that one's up. But yeah, actually, how about this? I'll leave 2 comments in the comment section. Top 5 Johto Pokemon. Top 10 least favorite Pokemon. And without further ado, let's start this list because we probably already took up 5 minutes and I'm aiming for 15 to 20. Okay, so number 10, Greninja, no. Shedinja, no, not Shed. Shedinja? No. I've said it right the last 4 times. For right now, it's Shedinja. That might be right, I don't know. But I like this Pokemon for one reason only. The combination to make it invincible. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this Pokemon gets the ability Wonder Guard. What does Wonder Guard do? If it's not super effective, it does not hit. That's a really good ability. Do you know what a better ability on it is? Sturdy. Because it only has 1 HP. Do you know what else is really good on it? Putting the Go Goggles on it. All weather effects do no damage. And the final thing you can do is get a Pokemon to paralyze it. Why, you ask? Because then burn and poison cannot affect it. It becomes invincible. Really good Pokemon. Mostly for trolling. I really like to troll it with it. I've only used it once or twice. Way too hard to level. But anyways, moving on. Number 9. Rhyperior. I love Rhyperior. I caught Rhydon in my Pearl playthrough in Victory Road. Just loved it. Started battling with it. And I found a really easy troll to do with him. If you are not aware of this, Rhyperior learns Surf. Yes, you heard me correctly. Surf. Key is all I used for like 2 of the Elite Four, because I think there was like a ground and fire. And the only time I switched out was when there was the Afro guy using Infernape. And that I went to Staraptor. So, yeah, Rhyperior, really good Pokemon. Really good to troll your friends with. If they're not aware of it already, just throw out Rhyperior and start using Surf. They will not know what to do. I had one friend who just literally dropped his game and walked away. He had no idea what to do. He's like, why is this stupid thing no Surf? I go, 'cause it's a badass. So, moving on. Number 8, Electros. Really like Electros. Used him really recently, within the last 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And that was like the first time I ever used him. And he's number 8 on my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Number 8 on top 10 Pokemon of all time. And I only used him within 3 weeks. He is rather new to me. My favorite thing about him, he has no weaknesses. With exception if you do something. If you don't know, he's a 100% pure electric type with Levitate. Now there are ways that, and if you don't know, which I'm assuming you do, Levitate's a fairly common, or an ability that is known by most, but if you don't, Levitate makes it so ground type Pokemon, or ground type moves do not hit your Pokemon. There's multiple ways I can think of off the top of my head. A Pokemon using Fling while carrying an Iron Ball that will drag it to the ground. A Pokemon holding using Fling and putting. The reason why I'm saying using Fling is because you would not purposely put these items on your own Pokemon. And putting like the target on your Pokemon that makes it so all moves hit regardless. 1 second, guys. You using a physical attack on a Pokemon with the ability Mummy, changing your ability to Mummy, the move Gravity being used, so on and so forth. There's a bunch of things that you could do. So if none of those are used, this Pokemon has no weaknesses. Very powerful, very versatile. Mine has Spark, Thunderbolt right now. I did not wait long enough for it to get Wild Charge, or it would have Wild Charge. I was stupid. I'm probably going to get a new one, Teacher Wild Charge. But anyways, that's number 8. Really like Electros. Really good Pokemon. Number 7. Number 7, Blastoise. Now, I'm going to slow down for Blastoise, because Blastoise was supposed to be number 1 for Kanto. And it's on this one. So, I'm not going to redo a video for the number 1 Kanto Pokemon. Instead, I'm going to explain why I like Blastoise now. And if you guys still want me to go back and make a video for Blastoise for the number 1 Kanto, I will. But for right now, this is what I'm going to do. So, Blastoise, I love. Clearly. Blastoise is so good. To explain how I build my Blastoise real quick, I give him, for EVs, I normally do special defense to cut back on the electric and grass damage that comes in at him. And the other 256 I split in between attack and special attack. I give him Surf, Waterfall, and Skull Bash definitely, because good special attack water move, good physical water move, and a good normal move. And the rest can kind of interchange. Bite has been a good choice because when I hit a ghost type, normally Surf or Waterfall would work, but sometimes it's just nice to know that they're gonna stay down. Earthquake has been really nice on him too. Strength sometimes. Just moves that are versatile. And if you're wondering why I have Surf and Waterfall on him, it's because I use my team that I played through the game. I do not do PvP that much, and that's just because I don't feel like swearing out people. Because I know I'm not the best. I know I can lose. I know I'm probably gonna lose. Because I like restarting my games. But Blastoise, my favorite thing about him, or at least growing up, was the cannons. Look at those beasties. You sit on his back, he bends over and just shoots everything in your path. You're like, I want to go to the store. Let's destroy an apartment complex to get there. Oh, that bus is parked right in front of our car. Let's blow it 10 miles away. So on and so forth. Blastoise is amazing. Love Blastoise. Always will love Blastoise. May not always be on my top 10, but I always love Blastoise. Moving on. Number 6, Umbreon. Oh, I love Umbreon. But poor Umbreon, back in my Pearl days, was my number 1. Well, before my Pearl days, was my number 1. Something in Diamond and Pearl took its place. And it was number 2 for a while. But then I started to look at it, and kind of the problem I had with all Gen 1 evolutions, with them being too high a level, the friendship evolution thing kind of did the same thing. It kind of handicapped it. So, wasn't a big fan of that. Yeah, so he slowly climbed his way back. But people use him to the point that there are some YouTubers who openly hate Umbreon. I think the King Nappy put him as number 1 most hated Pokemon. Number 1. Why? He is a tank. He will soak up your anything. You give him Toxic, Moonlight, Fake Out, Protect. That is what I would give him. Start out with Toxic. Take a little bit of damage. If they charged up a move, go for Protect. If not, go for Fake Out. You get a little bit of damage. Toxic gets a little bit of damage. They flinch. Next turn. Doesn't work twice in a row. Protect. You don't take any damage. They take Toxic damage. Rinse and repeat. On and on and on. You don't even have to do anything. You can just sit there and be like, nah, nah, nah. Oh, I'm at a quarter of health. Moonlight. Full health. That is why I love Umbreon. Because it is so good that people hate it. Moving on, number 5. Gallade and Gardevoir. I know it's a tie. I could have done top 11. And I'm going to explain why they don't have their actual pictures. They do not have their actual pictures because I couldn't find a picture with them both in it, in their normal states, that I liked. And I like this one. If I had to go off of who I would like to use more, Gallade would probably win. Just to have that physical attacking psychic type Pokemon that throws that every time, everybody who, the very first time you fought it, and it was doing a bunch of physical damage and no special damage, you had no idea what the hell was going on. You're like, wait, this thing's psychic. Why isn't it doing special damage? Well, let's keep trying special defense. You were just thrown for a loop. You didn't know what to do. It's sweeping my party. I don't know. Have you tried not dying? Great advice by Next Gen Cat right there. But in this case, Gallade tied with Gardevoir at lower than what I think he should be, because I don't think I have ever used a Gallade. I'm trying to think of it. I don't think I ever have. But he was still high enough to get to 5 with never being used. Gardevoir, I don't use that often, but I use infinitely more often than him. Because she's easier to get. Well, she or he, if you don't know about it. Gallade has to be a male, given like a Dawn Stone, I think, to get Gallade. So male Kirlia into Gallade, and Gardevoir can be male or female. But moving on, I'm ranting. So number 4, Honedge. Love Honedge. I love swords, and I love ghosts. And Pokemon combined them both. I love Honedge. Honedge is amazing. I chose Honedge instead of its higher forms because, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, its highest forms have great appeal. I love all 3, but Honedge just kind of stuck out to me. I liked Honedge the most. I don't know why. And I know there's some mixed feelings about Honedge. A lot of people are like, oh, well, Pokemon ran out of ideas. That's why we have a sword Pokemon. I'm just going to say, if you're going to go off of no creativity as Pokemon is going downhill, then we were going downhill in Gen 1 when they threw out Grimer and Mach. Those Pokemon were not creative. Don't get me wrong, I used them. I liked them. There's not really many Pokemon I hate. I'm generally open to Pokemon. But yeah. My theory is first sword Pokemon, they're not running out of ideas. They could go way lower. So, moving on, number 3, Scolipede. Oh dear Lord, I love Scolipede. The Scolipede I use has the ability Poison Point. And its moves are Toxic, Venoshock, which Venoshock is... I could be pronouncing it wrong. I describe it just in case I'm pronouncing it wrong. It does 60 damage, 100% accuracy without any like sand attacks or whatever. And when the opponent is poisoned, it doubles its damage to 120. After that, I normally give it Mega Horn for those pesky psychic types. And then I give it Earthquake. And I EV train it, defense and special defense. It soaks up everything. Just, you have a Fire Blast, let me nom on that a little bit. Too cold. Give me another. Oh, you got an Ice Beam. Too warm. Could use another one. Just, you want to throw a bird at it? Let me eat that. This Farfetch'd is undercooked. But anyways, moving on. He's just so tanky, and the moves that he can get are just so powerful that I didn't need to give him any offensive EVs. Because Earthquake's like 120 power. Once they're poison, Venoshock's like 120 power. I think Mega Horn's like 100 to 120 power. He just hits so hard without anything, it doesn't matter. Giving him attack EVs is overkill. Overkill. Fatality. But anyways, love Scolipede. Scolipede is amazing. Moving on. Number 2. Tyranitar. I love Tyranitar. Now, I loved Tyranitar before this movie, but this movie really got me my love for Tyranitar. And if you don't know about this movie, I definitely recommend you watch it. It's Pokemon Forever. Now, obviously, you knew it was going to be a Pokemon movie. No, Godzilla got me into Tyranitar, guys. But, Pokemon Forever. I was into Tyranitar at the time, but when I first saw that Tyranitar that was like weeping in the back of its cage, I was like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. This is a dark ground type. I think that's the correct typing. Yeah. Why is it such a pansy? And then Team Rocket came and caught in the Dark Ball. Makes the Pokemon evil and raises it to its highest level. Best question ever asked by Next Gen Guy right here. Why can't we buy these in the Pokemart? Why can't we buy these? We need these. His Pokemon were badass. I wanted Ash to lose. His Pokemon were too badass to lose. It was like Tyranitar's just running around, hyper beaming everything, cutting buildings in half, fire everywhere. The badass he should be. And he loses to Ash Ketchum, the guy who in the first series had to whip out his Pokedex to find out what Rattata was. A person who supposedly grew up in the Pokemon world. He is 10 years old. I am sorry. He should know what a Rattata is. Gary motherfucking Oak full-blown makes fun of him in the series. He sits there and goes, because they were having the competition. Ash had caught like 85 Pokemon or something. But like 65 of them were Tauros. And Gary had caught over 150 Pokemon. And Ash goes, wait, there's only 150 Pokemon though, so you caught more than one of each? And he goes, I don't have time to look at the Pokedex. If I know what it is, I catch it. If I don't know what it is, I catch it. Gary mother effing Oak is a badass, and Ash should be ashamed, and he should not be able to beat the Dark Tyranitar. Dark Tyranitar was a badass. Moving on, honorable mentions. Scizor. Another Pokemon that guy had in Pokemon Forever, who was a badass, don't get me wrong, but I do not understand how it lost. But anyways, Scizor is only an honorable mention, just like Scyther, because although I love the Pokemon, I can never use it, and it's kind of piggybacking on Scyther, to be honest, because like I could get over the metal coat thing and whatever, but getting him in game is so hard, and it's not worth the struggle. So, anyways, that's why he's not able to mention. Number 1, Garchomp. Before somebody asks, yes, Garchomp is what replaced Umbreon. And I love it. Sorry, guys. Umbreon, just like I said earlier, was not cutting it. I got a Gibble. I was, what the hell is this thing? So I started training it. And I got a Gabite. I was like, dear Lord, this thing looks badass. How can they one-up it? I don't think they can. Gabite evolved into Garchomp. And my first reaction, holy shit! Where do I buy one? My second thing I did was I went in the Pokedex to see what the hell this thing was. The Land Shark. I literally name my Garchomps Land Shark when I can. And my X and Y I can't because I Wonder Traded it for it. Wonder Trading is a beautiful thing, guys. You can get, like, a majority of the ones I got were, like, level 1, hidden ability, perfectly bred. Some of them have really bad nicknames, but whatever. The majority of mine have straightforward nicknames. I troll people too, so. Here, have a level 4 Charizard. What do you mean it's a fletchling? But that's where I got my Garchomp for X and Y. Sadly, I couldn't nickname it Landshark. I still say Landshark when I call it out. It is just so fast, so powerful. It's Pokedex entry literally says it races fighter jets and wins. And wins. That's like Mach speed. That is amazing. Why is its speed stat not higher? That is my question. But yeah, Garchomp's a badass. So there you guys have it. There's my top 10 Pokemon. Like I said at the beginning, leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, how I can improve. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. I'm fine with that. It lets me know that I need to improve on stuff. I won't be upset. And overall, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this video. This one's going up. I think it's around 20 to 25 minutes, which isn't too bad. And I hope you guys all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed, and this didn't take up too much of your time.